Welcome to Manchester Academy Baseball. I'm Josh Miller, going to bring you the game here from Parks McGraw Field at Manchester Academy. We're just concluded the prayer as the Star Spangled Banner's playing right now. Mavericks will play Oak Hill in the second game of a best-of-3 series, as the Mavericks won the first game 5-2 in West Point on Tuesday night. Yesterday was supposed to be the second part of the series, but with the weather moving through, the Mavericks decided to move the game to tonight. It'll be a 4 o'clock start, even though it's delayed because of senior night. The Mavericks will play here and hopefully only have to play one game, as if they do win it, they'll be 2-0 on the series. They'll move on to play Marshall Academy next week. Marshall's the #1 overall seed in the 4A region, and probably the best team the Mavericks will face throughout the season, and it'll be a tall task. But first, the Mavericks have to win here tonight against an Oak Hill team that finished 3rd in their conference. On the mound for the Mavericks tonight will be Brody Roberts. He'll be the pitcher. The other night on Tuesday in the 5-2 win against Oak Hill, he pitched 1 inning and picked up his only save of the season. He had a strikeout and a walk, gave up no hits. He relieved Garner Burton, who pitched 6 innings of 6-hit ball, gave up 2 earned runs and 7 strikeouts. It was Burton's longest outing of the season. He did a good one as he was able to limit the hits and scatter them throughout 6 innings.
Now taking the mound.
As we're just about underway now, Roberts will start his warm-up pitches here as Oak Hill is waiting to come to bat. Due up for the Raiders of Oak Hill will be Flint, Ford, Palmer, Ballard 2, turnip seed Ellis, Reed, and the #9 hole hitter Smith, as the Mavericks will face off again against Oak Hill Academy here in the first round of the 4A playoffs. Mavericks lead 1-0 on the series, looking to shut it out after this game. The top 3 hitters for the Oak Hill team were top 4 hitters were all the first 4 batters. They had 4 out of the 6 hits against the Mavericks on Tuesday night. Bottom half of the lineup is not as strong as the top half for the Raiders. The Raiders lost 8 seniors last year off a 4A state championship team, I've been told, with 5 of them playing college baseball, anywhere from JUCO to Division I now. So Raiders lost a lot of players off last year's team, but made the playoffs again this year as they traveled from West Point to Yazoo City to play the Mavericks. It's a cloudy day. The field's in pretty good shape. The Mavericks had hosted a game for Deer Creek School and Benton Academy before this one, as their fields were rained out and too muddy to play on from yesterday. They were finishing their district games up. A game that Deer Creek won 7-1 against Benton Academy. So Mavericks field's in pretty good shape considering there was already 1 game played on. It's cloudy and 74 degrees. Wind's kind of blowing straight in from center field. Every now and then the flag will shift from left to right, but won't be the hitter's park today for any of these 2 teams as Roberts finishes his warm-up pitches. The Mavericks will meet at the mound as they're accustomed to do each time, and we're just about underway here in the game 2 of the best-of-3 in a 4A playoff game for the Mavericks and Oak Hill Academy out of West Point.
Leading off, number 13, Tanner Flint.
So Flint will come up. He was 0 for 3 on Tuesday night, and the first pitch to him is going to be a ground ball to first base. Walter to go down to one knee, pick it up, and just like that, the Mavericks get an out here in the first inning on 1 pitch for Roberts. Mavericks in the infield look like this. It'll be Estes at third base, Dees second,
Now batting number 20, Kyle
second,
Ford.
Walton on first. Behind the plate will be senior Tyson. In left field will be another senior, Garner Burton. Center field will be Nixon. He'll be DH for by Miller. And right field will be Austin, as Roberts will deliver his first pitch to Ford after getting a ground ball to Flint for a ball 1 outside on a fastball. Just missed off the plate. Count's now 1-0. As he'll bring another fastball in, it's going to be fouled straight back into the netting. 1-1's the counts. We're just underway here in the top of the first inning. Mavericks and Raiders 0-0, 1 out for the Raiders, as Roberts will look in and get his sign, deliver the 1-1. Again, fouled straight back over the backstop. 1-2 now to the hitter Ford. Ford's the second baseman. He Was 2 for 3 the other night. Had a double and a single and a walk, so reached base 3 times against the Mavericks. He's down 1-2 though to Roberts. He'll deliver the 1-2 pitch high, ball 2. Count now is 2-2. Ford had a little bit harder time in the field. He committed 3 errors for the Raiders. As Roberts again looks in with a 2-2 count. And again, Ford files this one over the backstop to remain 2-2 against Roberts. So 2-2 count. Again, Roberts will deliver it, and this time he gets him swinging. Nice pitch by Roberts, gets him on a fastball on the inside part of the plate, waist high. Challenge Ford. Ford couldn't catch up with it, and that's going to be a strikeout. And that's going to bring up Palmer, the shortstop.
Now batting number 3, Isaiah Palmer.
So Palmer will step in. He was 1 for 3 the other night with the walk against the Mavericks. He'll watch first pitch come inside, ball 1. Palmer's a very good shortstop. He and the third baseman, Turnip Seed, made 11 outs for the Raiders on Tuesday night, as he'll watch another pitch come in high, ball 2, 2-0. Shortstop and the third baseman did not have an error on 11 chances against the Mavericks Tuesday night. The Mavericks won that game 5-2. Palmer will wait on the 2-0, comes in again. This time strike 1 right down the middle. Roberts gets a call from the umpire on a ball that came just over the belt high. 2-1 now. Mavericks defense playing deep in the infield against Palmer, as he'll watch another one come in 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Big pitch coming up for Roberts. Doesn't want to let a base runner on here in the first inning. And he'll end up walking Palmer on ball 4. Palmer will go down on the season. Roberts pitched 52 innings. 11-1, has a save, which came Tuesday night. He's got 1.07 ERA, 90 strikeouts, 33 walks, and a batting average for opponents of 148 against him. He's been dominant so far this season. And now he's going to face Ballard. First pitch to Ballard again misses high, and that's where he's had problems missing this season. It's been high on his pitches, high or high and outside. And he's down 1-0 as Palmer stays on first base. Ballard was 1 for 3 also Tuesday night. And the wind is kind of swirling straight in to right, then every now and then it'll turn to right field. It's coming in from the east or the northeast tonight. Pitch comes high and tight again. This one's going to get by Tyson. It's going to be a wild pitch on Roberts, and that's going to allow Palmer to go down to second base. So the Raiders have a runner now on second base. Palmer's worked the count to 2-0, and we're going to have a quick timeout by Tyson, as he's going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Roberts gets the first 2 outs on a strikeout and a ground ball, then walks the next runner in Palmer on 5 pitches, and it's down 2-0, struggling a little bit here with his control. It's been like that for him all season. He's been able to survive it. He gets 2 outs or ahead in the strike count, and just all of a sudden loses a little bit of his control. He'll regain it most times, but he's down 2-0 right now to Ballard with a runner on second. Pitch comes in, strike over the inside part of the plate, 2-1. Ballard was taken all the way on that one. So 2-1 count with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning, no score. Second game of a best-of-3 series, with the Mavericks leading 1-0 after the 5-2 win Tuesday night at West Point. This ball's going to be driven out to left center field. Could be trouble, and it's going to get down in the gap. That's going to score a run as Ballard crushed that ball to left center field. Even with the wind, neither Nixon or Burton could get to it. Goes out to the 335 mark in left center field, and that's going to be a run for the Oak Hill Academy Raiders, and now they take a lead 1-0. So a double leads to a run with 2 outs, a walk and a double. With 2 outs brings up 2. The left fielder for The Raiders leading 1-0 now. And again, Roberts misses high and inside, ball 1. Roberts taking his time, gets back on the rubber with a runner on second base, delivers the 1-0 home, high again, ball 2, and he is struggling to find the strike zone. He got behind Ballard, and when he did, Ballard made him pay. Took the ball all the way out to the fence. So the 2-0 count comes in, strike right down the middle, but 2, was taken all the way with Ballard on second base. 2-1 now. Mavericks down 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Next pitch gonna miss again, 3-1. Roberts, after getting the first pitch ground out, has now thrown 15 pitches this inning, giving up a double and a walk and an earned run. And again misses high, ball 4. And that's another walk, second one of the inning, puts some runners on first and second now, and brings up Turnipseed, who will be the pitcher for the Raiders tonight.
Now batting number 16, Dalton Turnipseed.
And we're going to have a timeout called with Coach Hester coming out to the infield to talk to his pitcher. Mavericks struggling a little bit here after getting a quick 2 outs. And the Mavericks lead or trail 1-0 against Oak Hill. While they're talking on the mound, we'll thank our sponsors: Bank Plus, William Clark and Morris, and McCaleb Insurance, Main Street Market, Manchester Academy, Scott Petroleum, Coghlan Planning Service, Yazoo Valley Electric, P-Rose, Jim Newsom Trucking, Bank of Yazoo, and the Yazoo County Fair. Thank you to all these sponsors that bring Manchester baseball to you on Power 107. As the meeting's concluded, Mavericks face runners on first and second with 2 outs. Mavericks get a ground ball out on the first pitch to first base, then a strikeout. Since then, Roberts has walked 1, given up a double, then walked another. The double ran in a run. And the first pitch comes in swinging for Turnipseed, strike 1 over the outside part of the plate. Nice sized crowd Oak Hill brought all the way from West Point. Mavericks have a big crowd also as we've started the playoffs. And Roberts again looks in and just about hits Turnipseed on this one. He turns his back and just barely misses being grazed by the ball. 1-1's the count. As Turnipseed gets right on the line next to the plate. And a 1-1 pitch coming. Misses high, ball 2, 2-1. Roberts up to 22 pitches here in the first inning. Looks in again with a 2-1 count. Runners on first, second. The runners stay put as the ball comes in again, high and outside, ball 3, 3-1. As the Mavericks hurler's having problems locating right now. Runner on second, fake going to third. Thought he was going to go there for a second, but pulled up. As Turnipseed swings, they've got the runner on first, caught up. They throw down to first. They should have them as Walton throws to second base, and the Mavericks will get out of the inning as Ketchum's able to catch the ball and run down the runner. So it's going to be a 2-3-4 put out, catcher to first base to second. And it was a base running mistake against the Mavericks that let them in the game Tuesday night. And another base running mistake here in the top of the first inning is going to end this inning. The Mavericks will come to bat when we come back from Power 107, trailing 1-0. Back to Manchester Academy baseball, the Mavericks come to bat, trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning against Oak Hill Academy out of West Point. And Mavericks are in the second game of a best-of-3 series. Winner goes on to play Marshall next week. Marshall's the #1 overall seed for the tournament, as they're ranked number 6 in the state. Mavericks due up will have Dees, Tyson, then Roberts. The pitcher for the Mavericks will be batting third. Burton, Austin, Ketchum, Estes, Walton, and then the DH in the 9-hole spot will be Miller batting for Nixon, as Dees will come up first against Turnip Seed. Dees batting .402 on the season. It was 0 for 4. On Tuesday night, he did have an RBI, and he'll step in from the right-handed side facing a right-handed pitcher. Infield looks like this for the Raiders. Ellis will be at third base, Palmer at shortstop, and they were fantastic on Tuesday night as Turnip Seed delivers his first pitch over the outside part of the plate, strike one. Second base will be Ford. Ford had his struggles. First base, Ballard, and catching will be Smith as the 0-1 pitch comes in low. Ball 1-1-1, and the outfield will be 2 in left field, Flint in center field, and Reed in right field. As Dees has worked the count 1-1 to Turnip Seed. Watch the next pitch come in, strike 2, and now it's 1-2 to Dees with no outs. He's the leadoff hitter for the Mavericks here, as we're playing this game in Yazoo City at Parks McGraw Field. Tyson's on deck, and the 1-2 on his way bounces in, 2-2. Turnip Seed's got a little speed. The Mavericks faced a pitcher on Monday night that was not a hard thrower, had the breaking ball. That's the type pitchers they struggled with all season, even though they're 28-3. And this time it's going to be a pitch over the outside part of the plate that's going to be taken to the right field, as Dees just stuck his bat out. Nice job of hitting, went the opposite way with it, and he'll reach with a single. Be his first hit of the series. He'll be on first base, bringing up Tyson and his .394 batting average. So a single for Dees leads off the game for the Mavericks. Dees on the season leads the team in stolen bases. He's got 20 out of 21 attempts. The Mavericks were thrown out the only 2 times they tried to steal. As Turnip Seed's going to throw a pitch over to first base. Smith had 2 opportunities to throw the Mavericks out on Tuesday night and was able to get both of them. As Tyson will step back in on that left side, Turnip Seed delivers an outside pitch. It's going to be fouled out of play over the third base dugout. Third base dugout here at Manchester's the visiting dugout, as the Mavericks take the first base side. And the count's 0-1 now. Tyson with Dees on first base. So Tyson will step back in. And again, they throw over to Dees. Nice snag by the first baseman on the short hop. Wind's blowing now a little more from left field to right field with the left-handed hitter up. He's got a couple of home runs on the season. right now. If he's going to be able to pitch more than 5 innings today. And he'll deliver a 2-1 now. Swinging strike 2, 2-2. So 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the second inning. Deuces are wild. Mavericks lead 3-1 with a runner on second base, and Ellis, he walked and then stole second against the Mavericks. Big pitch coming up for Roberts. He's already got 2 strikeouts this inning, and the 2-2 comes in. Swinging strike 3, and that'll do it. He'll strike out the side after the walk. And Mavericks allow no runs on no hits, so the Raiders will leave 1 on base as we'll go to the bottom of the second inning with the Mavericks leading 3-1, and we come back from power 107. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball. Mavericks lead 3-1 as they come to bat in the bottom of the second. Leading off the second inning will be the DH, Miller, followed by the top of the lineup in Dees and Tyson. Miller on Tuesday night was 0 for 1 in his pinch hit opportunity. He did drive a run in as the Mavericks won that game 5-2. He'll step in to lead off, DHing for the center fielder Nixon on the season. Miller's batting .240 with a .449 on base percentage. And he'll face Turnip Seed here to begin the inning. Turnip Seed gave up 3 runs in that first inning. As the first pitch comes into Miller's swing ball, that's going to be a trouble ball. It was nubbed off the bat, and that's going to be an infield hit as it went halfway between home and third. Looked just like a bunt as he caught it off the end of the bat, and that's going to be a base hit for the Mavericks. Brings up Dees.
Now batting number 14, John Parker Dees.
So Dees will come up. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Miller will be on first base. Miller's stolen 6 bases this season out of 6 opportunities. As Dees is going to square the bunt, and he tries to lay one down third base side. Foul. Maverick's going to try to play a little bit of small ball here as the third baseman for the Raiders comes up to the grass, Ellis. Tyson's on deck as Dees will step back in. Dees did a nice job of hitting it back in the first inning, drove one to right field as Miller dives back in safely on a throw across the field from Turner back to first base. Second game of a 3-game series. The Mavericks lead it 1-0 and lead this game 3-1 in the bottom of the second as Miller has a small lead. He's got a little bit bigger one now as Dees again steps in, and again they throw back toward first base, and again Miller dives back in safely. Dees will step back in. We'll see if he'll try to bunt again.
Yep, sure will.
Pitch comes, Dees swinging away, and he grounds one, chops it foul past the third base side. 0-2 now to Dees. The Mavericks picked up 3 runs on a hit back in the first inning. Oak Hill got 1 run on 1 hit in the first inning also, and the Mavericks lead 3-1 as they were able to get out of the top of the second with no runs for Oak Hill, and the 0-2 on its way. Misses outside. Nice job by Dees not to offer a pitch off the plate. 1-2. So 1-2 count, no outs. Runner on first is Miller after an infield hit. Outfield's moved in shallow, especially right field, as the wind keeps blowing in from left to right. And again, Turnip Seed misses outside 2-2. So after falling behind 0-2, Dees has worked the count to 2-2 with 2 straight balls in the dirt on the outside part of the plate. With the left-handed hitting Tyson up. Tyson this first time reached on the error to the second baseman as Dees steps back in from the right side. The Mavericks have 3 left-handed batters scattered through their lineup, but Dees the leadoff right-handed hitter, and he's going to get a ball. It's going to be a hard ground ball to shortstop, and has a chance for just one as they get Miller on the fielder's choice. Dees will be first or safe on first base, and that'll bring up Tyson. Ball sharply hit, but Dees moved down the base pretty good. All they could get was 1 out on a 6-4 putout. And that's going to bring up Tyson. Tyson reached on the error to the second baseman. Turnip Seed looks over at Dees. Dees has 20 stolen bases, has a nice sized lead, and they'll throw over again to first base. And again, Dees dives in. This time they've thrown 3 times to center and twice at Miller, once at Dees. Trying to keep the Mavericks close. Tyson will step back in. First pitch comes, it's going to be a high fly ball, but the right fielder's drifting toward the line. He'll make this catch in front of the 305 sign in right field, about 15 steps, and that's just going to be a long fly ball out as Dees has to retreat back to first base. So a fly out to right field by Tyson brings up Roberts, who was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Roberts batting .294 on the season. So 2 outs. And Roberts steps in again. They throw over to Dees. He dives back in safely again. As Turnip Seed again looks over to first base. Now he delivers home, and it's going to be a base hit line drive to right field. Dees is going to go to third. The ball gets by. The right fielder goes all the way to the wall, and they're going to wave Dees around. It's going to be a play at the plate, and the throw comes in wide as Dees slides in, and that's going to be another run. So a double for Roberts as that ball got all the way to the fence. It was a line drive, and the right fielder's been playing toward the line, and that time they got burned with a big gap in right center. 4-1 now. The Mavericks have taken the lead on the double by Roberts to right center. Mavericks had 2 hits this inning and a run, bringing up Burton. Burton flew out his first time to center field in the first inning on a high fly ball into shallow center. He'll have a chance with the runner on second. He's batting .386 with runners in scoring position. He leads the team in RBIs. As the umpire and Coach Hester are talking about something, I'm not sure what they're discussing. A courtesy runner, Jake Paul Lewis, has come in for Burton. Excuse me, for Roberts. And the discussion keeps going on third base. Now the Oak Hill Academy coach is coming out. He wants an explanation. Something maybe on the first baseman as Roberts rounded first base. Maybe they're wanting to have an extra bag, but other than that, I'm not sure what this discussion is going on so long. And now the 2 coaches are going to talk to each other. It was a friendly conversation between all 3. I think maybe Coach Hester was wanting a defensive interference call, but the Mavericks will have a runner at second base. Is actually Pillow, I think, not Paul this time. And the first pitch comes in to Burton. It's going to be strike 1 on a ball that was waist high. The umpire likes it from the knees. He's been from the knees to the letter. He's been pretty consistent on it. An 0-1 count now with 2 outs. Mavericks do lead 4-1 here in the bottom of the second inning, as Turnip Seed will check second and deliver home, and this time miss high, ball 1. So 1-1 count. The Mavericks have 3 hits now on those 4 runs. There's been 1 error for Oak Hill to help out the Mavericks back in the first inning. Turnip Seed is up to 34 pitches, a good bit below his counterpart right now. If he can get out of this inning, he's going to spin and look to second. The runner will get back easily. Again, Manchester's runner on second base will take his lead. The pitch comes into Burton outside. 2-1. So I wasn't sure who it is. I'm being told it is Jake Lewis Paul. He ran the first time. It looked like it could possibly be Pillow out there, but it's Paul. So 2-1 pitch comes in. It's going to be a line drive down the line. It's going to be fair down the right field side, and it gets by the right fielder. Another line drive for the Mavericks. They're going to hold up Burton at seconds. They're not going to want him to slide. Maybe any other time may have pushed him to third, but he's going to pick up an RBI, and he's the RBI leader now with 31, as he's got a gash in his right thigh from practice the other day. Took 10 stitches, but he's going to get a stand-up double here on senior night. Mavericks take a 5-1 lead now as they're in the second inning with Austin coming up. Austin was walked his first time up, picked up an RBI back in the first inning.
Now batting number 3,
So back-to-back doubles now for the Mavericks. 3 hits on the inning, Miller and Roberts and Burton. Mavericks lead 5-1 with the lead batter of the team, Austin, a 440 average. Batting 400 with runners in scoring position, takes the first pitch inside, ball 1. And Turnip Seed now is in a little bit of trouble with his team trailing 5-1. Delivers a 1-0 that's going to hit Austin, and he's going to put another man on base. Hit Austin in his leg, bounced up as Austin just turned around. That's going to put runners on first and second. Brings up Will Keaton Ketchum, another senior for the Mavericks. He grounded that into a fielder's choice back in the first inning. Ketchum's batting .270 with runners in scoring position with 15 RBIs, and he'll come in on the right side with 2 outs. Turnip Seed, the right-handed pitcher, is going to continue to work out of that stretch. He'll check second base and deliver home, and he's going to miss outside, 1-0. Mavericks have 5 seniors on the team. It'll be Ketchum, Burton, Tyson, Estes, and Walton, so they'll graduate 5 this year. Graduated 3 last year off the state championships team. As Ketchum's will get one. It's going to be a base hit to right field again. Was pitched outside. The throw comes home, or to the infield to second base, as Burton comes in limping now on his leg. He scored from second base. Austin used his speed and went from first to third on it, and Ketchum gets an RBI single to right field. The Mavericks have been going to right field with the outside pitching tonight. Nice job of hitting by all of them. 4th hit of the inning for the Mavericks. It's going to bring up Estes, the 8th batter of the inning, with runners on first and third. Austin was off on the hit with 2 outs. He easily got to third base. Mavericks have been picking on the right fielder. They've just been hitting it all around them. As Turnip Seed is now giving up another hit, 6 on the night. He's giving up 4 this inning. As Estes will step in, he had a sac fly back in the first inning. It was 3 for 3 on Tuesday night. The first pitch comes in, strike 1 right over the corner, 0-1. Mavericks lead 6-1 here in the bottom of the second inning as the crowd keeps getting bigger. Big student crowd tonight for the Mavericks on a Friday night, as S is going to square the bunt and then pulls back, and they're going to catch him to go to second base. He slows down trying to entice a throw, but Oak Hill doesn't fall for it. It'll be a stolen base for Ketchum. That'll give him on the season 6 stolen bases on 8 attempts. As Estes watched that one be low and outside, and the count's now 1-1. So 2 runners on in scoring position for Estes. Batting .259 with runners in scoring position. and a 1-1 pitch on its way. He's going to hit him. It was a high fastball inside. All he could do was turn around and caught that one off his shoulder. So the bases are loaded now for Ty Walton with 2 outs. Mavericks have picked up 2 runs with 2 outs as Turnip Seed's in big trouble right now. He's up to 42 pitches after getting out of the first inning and giving up 3. He's giving 3 more up, and the Mavericks are looking with Walton to make this a big inning. Miller will come back out the deck. He started this back to leadoff. And the first pitch to Walton's going to be a strike right over the outside part of the plate. Nice pitch by Turnip Seed to come back and locate one around the plate. And he'll go 0-1. Turnip Seed's been able to pitch on the outside. Mavericks have hit 5 balls, though, to right field. It's really made them pay as he tries outside again, this time missing high and outside 1-1. Mavericks have done a good job of going with the pitches tonight. Something they've not done in the last few games they've played. Had a hard time against pitchers working them to the outside as Turnip Seed delivers the 1-1. And it's going to be a line drive, short hop. Another good play by Palmer. Throws across. It's going to be low, and that's going to be a run for the Mavericks. And another run's going to come in on the air as Palmer made an unbelievable backhand on a short hop hit. Had plenty of time to throw Walton out. Throws it low, and it goes by the first baseman. 2 more runs come in on the air by the shortstop. And that brings Miller up for the second time with the Mavericks leading 8-1 now. Miller,
batting number 22, Jack Miller.
Singled in the beginning of the inning, an infield single before he was thrown out at second base on a fielder's choice that Dees grounded into. First pitch to Miller comes in, ball 1 high with runners on first and third. Walton probably not a threat to run even with runners on first and third. With 2 outs, he's stolen 2 bases on the season. But Turnip Seed will bring that 1-0 pitch in, strike 1 over the outside part of the plate, 1-1.
Way on the outside.
So 1-1 count, runners on the corner. As Miller steps in for the second time this inning, they'll throw behind to Walton. He has to dive back in, just barely gets under the tag. 1-1. Almost got him playing too far off with 2 outs as the pitcher was working out of the stretch and threw over to first base. Turnip Seed again looks in. 1-1. It's going to be fouled straight back. Count's now 1-2. As that one was a fastball fouled back, and a 1-2 count now to Miller with runners on first and third. Turnip Seed will work out of the stretch and deliver the 1-2. Fouled back again on a fastball. 1-2 reigns the count. Turnip Seed just threw his 50th pitch. As Dees awaits on deck. 1-2 count to Miller. And Walton's going to go. They're going to step off, and they're going to let Walton go on to second base. He'll get another stolen base. That's his 3rd one. Tried to get him to throw, but the Mavericks move a runner up. As Miller will step back in with 1-2 count, having to protect the plate with 2 runners in scoring position now. And the 1-2 comes in, misses high this time, 2-2. Miller was able to lay off that one. He fouled one off in the same spot just a second ago, protecting the plate. Counts now 2-2. Turnip Seed will work out of the windup, and he'll deliver a 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 swinging gets Miller on a fastball. And that'll end the inning here in the second, but the Mavericks pick up 5 runs, leave 2 on base, and we'll go to the top of the 3rd with the Mavericks leading 8-1 when we come back from Power 107. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball. The Mavericks pick up 5 runs in the bottom of the second inning on 4 hits. They leave 2 on as they're going to take an 8-1 lead here into the top of the 3rd inning, with the top of the lineup coming back up for the Oak Hill Academy Raiders with Flint, Ford, and Palmer. The Mavericks will still have Roberts on the mound.
Leading off this inning, number 13, Tanner Flint.
Grounded out to first base his first time up on his first pitch. And he'll step in to face Roberts here for the second time. First pitch comes in, strike 1 on a fastball. Again, Roberts delivers, and this one's going to be grounded foul down the first base side. 0-2 now. So 0-2 count to Flint, who grounded out his first time up. Roberts is ready to go and delivers a big breaking ball. It's going to be grounded back to the mound. He picks it up. Nice play. Throws over to first base for the first out. A 1-3 put out. And that's the first out here in the top of the 3rd inning, with the Mavericks leading 8-1.
Next up, number 20, Kyle Ford.
Brings up Ford, the second baseman. He's struck out his first time, had a rough series so far against the Mavericks. He's had 4 errors. And he's going to foul the first pitch straight back. So the count will be 0-1 with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Roberts will look in and deliver an 0-1. It's again fouled straight back. Count now is 0-2 with 1 out. So Roberts has a chance maybe to pick up his 5th strikeout if he can get one here against Ford for the second time. He leads 0-2, 1 out. Pitch on its way. It's a breaking ball. Again, it's just kind of check swing back to Roberts. He'll pick it up, trot over toward first base, pitch it underhand, and make the out. So back-to-back ground balls on breaking balls to Roberts. He gets 2 outs himself, bringing up Palmer, who walked and scored the only run for Oak Hill.
Now batting number 3, Isaiah Palmer.
Palmer will come up for the Raiders, trailing 8-1 here in the top of 3rd, and first pitch to him is going to be low, ball 1. On its way. It's going to be a hard ground ball to shortstop, picked up by Dees, makes a throw over easily, and that's going to end the inning. Good play by Dees, picked up, made the throw. That'll be a 6-3 put out. The Mavericks will go 1-2-3 for the 3rd inning. They'll come into bat here in the bottom of the 3rd, and we come back for power 107, leading 8-1. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball on Power 107. Mavericks lead 8-1 coming into the bottom of the third inning as Dees is up to bat. So the top of the lineup coming up for Mavericks, Dees, Tyson, and Roberts. Dees will get the first pitch and sky it straight up in the air over third base side as third baseman comes over and makes the catch on the grass behind the bag, and Dees on one pitch will be out with a fly out to third base. Dees was 1 for 2 on the day. He'll be 1 for 3 now as Tyson steps in 0 for 2. He reached in the first inning on error by the second baseman, then flew out to right field. The right fielder's playing way in against the left-handed hitting catcher who can hit for power down the right field side. The right fielder, I mean, is playing way in, not left fielder. But first pitch will miss inside, 1-0 to Tyson. And on deck will be Roberts. As Tyson will wait on the pitch again for turnip seed, and he's going to hit one deep to right field. This ball's high, this ball's long. It's off of the top of the wall as he's going to get a stand-up double. Just missed going out by about 3 feet as he got all of that when the wind's blowing in from center. May have knocked it down just a little bit, and that's going to be a double for Tyson off the wall, the top of the wall. Gives the Mavericks a runner as Edgar will come in as the courtesy runner. The Mavericks will have Roberts now coming up, who doubled back in the second inning. He's got a chance to drive in a run here.
Now batting number 13, Brody Roberts.
On the season, Roberts has 29 RBIs. He picked up one in the last inning with that double as Dees came around to score. He trails Burton by 2. And the first pitch comes in. It's going to be grounded, fouled, chopped down the third base side. As Coach Hester for the Mavericks will pick it up and toss it back out to the pitcher. Oh, 0-1 count now with 1 out. Burton takes his lead on second base, or excuse me, Edgar takes the lead on second base. 0-1 pitch comes in, strike 2. Umpire's been giving the pitcher a couple inches off the plate. He gets one right there against Roberts and goes up 0-2. Roberts will have to protect the play. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning before he doubled in the second. Down 0-2 now, and the pitch is on its way. It's fouled straight back over the backstop. Remains 0-2 with 1 out. 8-1 lead for the Mavericks here in the bottom half of the third inning. Winner of the series goes on to play Marshall Academy next week. First game, if the Mavericks win, will be at home on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Then they'll have to go to Holly Springs on Thursday for a possible doubleheader if need be. 0-2 count comes in high, but it's going to be swung on again, fouled out over the right side over the Manchester dugout on the first base side. Count remains 0-2 as Turnip Seed's battling against the Mavericks pitcher Roberts. Roberts got the last inning with very few pitches, only has 53 now through 3 innings, where Turnip Seed's up to 59. Burton awaits on deck. 1 out here with a runner on second base after the double off the wall by Tyson. And the 0-2 pitch coming to Roberts is again fouled back. Good job of hitting by Roberts. He was able to get a piece of it over that outside part of the plate. Stays alive at 0-2. Wind's blowing in. It's picked up now as it's a cloudy day. Nice temperature-wise, 72 degrees, but wind's blowing in at 10 to 12 miles an hour from center field. And 0-2 on its way to Roberts. Going to be ripped toward third base. Short hop by a third baseman. Snags it. Makes a throw over. They'll throw back over to third, but Edgar will get in time. Third baseman robbed Roberts of a base hit there as he smashed that ball. Was able to get over and short hop it in between the shortstop and third base side. Picked it up, threw it to first base to get Roberts to retire him 5-3, but Edgar was able to move over from second after they went across the diamond. Brings up Burton. Burton doubled his last time at bat, came around to score and drove in a run in the second. First pitch to him is going to be fisted over the Manchester dugout. 0-1, so Mavericks have a runner on third base with 2 outs. 0-1 count to Burton, the cleanup hitter. Mavericks have scored in both innings. They got 3 in the first inning, 5 in the second inning, lead 8-1 here in the bottom of the third. As Turnipseed loses 0-1, it's going to be a ground ball that's bobbled up in the air, picked up by the first baseman. He'll step on the bag, and that'll end the inning. And the Mavericks failed to score in the third as they leave a runner on third base. The Oak Hill Academy Raiders will come to bat in the fourth, trailing Mavericks 8-1. We come back from Power 107. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball on Power 107. The Mavericks lead 8-1 here as Roberts will remain on the mound. Roberts has pitched 3 innings so far, giving up 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. He's walked 3 and struck out 4. Through those 3 innings, he'll have to face the number 4 hitter for the Oak Hill Academy Raiders. He doubled against the first inning. The only hit he's given up, then 2 and Turnipseed behind Ballard. So it'll be Ballard 2 and Turnipseed, the number 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Raiders, as they trail 8-1 here in the 4th inning against the Mavericks.
Number 25, Chip Ballard.
Ballard steps in, the first baseman. He'll bat from the right-handed side as Roberts is ready to go now. First pitch misses outside, 1-0. So a 1-0 count to Roberts as Tyson throws the ball all the way to second base on a bad toss back. Roberts will be a 1-0 count now to Ballard. Next pitch comes in, it's going to be a strike right down the middle, 1-1. Mavericks trying to win the first round playoff game against the defending 4A state champions, Oak Hill Academy. As Roberts delivers a 1-1, it's going to be a ground ball back to Roberts. He'll run toward first base and toss it underhanded. So 3 out of the last 4 outs have been ground outs to the pitchers. He's been able to work on the outside part of the plate and he's getting ground balls straight back to him.
Number 2, Joshua 2.
That's going to bring up 2. He walked his first time in the first inning, but then was thrown out on the base paths as he got too far off first base and was called out for the 3rd out on a throw down to first and then to second. As he got caught up in the rundown, he'll swing at the first pitch, strike 1. 0-1 count comes in, strike 2 right down the middle, and Roberts seems to be finding his groove a little bit here the last couple of innings. 0-2 on its way. Big breaking ball. Hey, now called strike 3. That one froze the hitters. He looked like a deer in headlights. Roberts will get another strikeout, and that's going to be out number 2 here in the top of the 4th inning, bringing up Turnipseed, who was a strikeout victim back in the
now
second.
Batting number 16, Dalton Turnipseed.
First pitch to him is going to be a ground ball to shortstop, picked up, thrown over nicely, and that's going to do it again. Another easy inning for Roberts as the defense has picked up a little bit here for the Mavericks. That's going to be 7-8 in a row that's been retired. The Mavericks will come to bat here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, leading 8-1. We come back from Power 107. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball on Power 107. The Mavericks lead 8-1, and they'll have the number 5 hole hitter in Austin coming to bat, followed by Ketchum and Estes. 6 and 7 as the Mavericks lead 8-1. They picked up 3 in the first inning, 5 in the second, but failed to score in the bottom half of the third inning as they squandered an opportunity after a double by Tyson off the wall. Roberts grounded out and Burton flew out, and that ended the inning. Or actually, Burton grounded out also to first base. Brings up Austin. He's has not had an official at bat tonight. He walked once in his 2 plate appearances and then was hit by a pitch. First pitch comes in. It's going to be a strike over the middle of the plate. 0-1. Austin leads the team in batting average at .440. The junior right fielder, and he's going to swing at one that's off the plate. Chase that one a bit. The count now is 0-2 to Austin. As Turnipseed stays in for the Raiders. Turnipseed's gone 3 innings, 6 hits, 8 runs. 4 of them have been earned. He's only struck out 1. He's walked 1. Mavericks have been able to hit the ball, and an 0-2 pitch comes into Austin. A big ground ball past the first baseman, gets over the right field, and Austin's off to the races with his speed. He goes to second. He'll have a stand-up double as the right fielder gets across to get to it. And that's going to give the Mavericks a leadoff double in the top or the bottom of the 4th inning on a ground ball that got past the first baseman down the line and brings up Ketchum. We'll see if the Mavericks decide to play small ball here with Ketchum as the third baseman's playing deep. Turnipseed will step back on the rubber. Ketchum on the night's 1 for 2. He grounded the fielder's choice before singling. First pitch comes, it's going to be a high fly ball to deep right field. This is going to go over the right fielder's head as the wind caught it. It was kind of slicing away, and Ketchum's going to have a chance for a triple, but they hold him up on second. That's back-to-back doubles for the Mavericks. It's 4 doubles on the night, 5 doubles on the night for the Mavericks against Turnipseed. They take a 9-1 lead now as Ketchum goes to second base and Estes comes in to bat. He's had a sacrifice and a hit by pitch, so he does not have a at-bat either tonight.
Now batting number 24, Cole Estes.
As he'll step back in looking for another RBI. He does have an RBI from in the first inning on that sac fly to center field. As Turnipseed looks to second, delivers home, and this is going to be a high fly ball to left field. Should be caught easily by the left fielder. He comes in and makes the catch and throws to third as Ketchum doesn't go anywhere, and that's the first out of the inning for Turnipseed. And the Raiders, as they get Estes to fly out to left field, brings up Walton. Walton comes in 0 for 2 on the night. First pitch comes into him. It's going to be a high fly ball to left field. Could be trouble, but the shortstop goes back and makes the catch. As it was trying to get down, he'll fly up to the shortstop deep into left field, shallow left field. Brings up Miller. Miller's 1 for 2 on the night. He's singled and struck out. He's got a chance for an RBI here with a runner on second. He's batting .387 with runners in scoring position. First pitch comes in. It's going to be a ball low, 1-0. Next pitch comes in, a 1-0. Again, it's going to be outside, 2-0. So 2-0 lead for Miller as he steps back in, pitch on his way. It's going to be a line drive up the middle. Pitcher had to duck, and they're going to wave, catch him around. The throw comes home, but it'll be cut off by the first baseman. So that's going to be a single and an RBI for Miller as he singled up the middle on a hard hit ball. The Miller will pick up an RBI here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. On the single, the Mavericks take a 10-1 lead and brings the top of the lineup back up in D's. So Mavericks lead 10-1 now in the bottom of the 4th inning. Would love to get one more run on. They're going to pinch run Miller to get more speed out there. And they'll bring Nixon in. Nixon's the center fielder who Miller's been DHing for. So Nixon will come in to pinch run here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mavericks looking to get that 11th run on to possibly have a chance to 10 run this one in the 5th. So 2 outs with a runner on first base after the single. Mavericks lead 10-1 against Oak Hill in the 2nd game of a best-of-3 series. The Mavericks already lead 1-0 on. They'll throw back behind Nixon. He'll dive back in. (10-1) lead for the Mavericks. Dees steps in. First pitch comes in. It's going to be low, ball 1. Dees is 1 for 3 on the night. He's single, grounded into a fielder's choice, and then popped out to the 3rd baseman. Nixon represents the 11th run on first base. Tyson's on deck. Pitch comes in. It's going to be a ball to right field, shallow right field. The right fielder misplays as he tried to take on the short hop. That's going to score Nixon easily. As he was running on the hit, he'll come all the way around from first base. Now it's a throw exchange is bad on the cutoff, and Dees is going to score also. So it's going to be 2 errors on play, a single, then an error on the right fielder allows Dees to go to 3rd, then another error on the throw in, and the Mavericks are going to lead 12-1 with 2 errors on 1 play. Gets 2 runs across the Mavericks, and they lead 12-1 now with Tyson coming to bat. Tyson doubled off the wall last time, just missing a home run by a few feet. And now the Mavericks lead 12-1 just like that. So Tyson comes in 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch to him comes in outside, ball 1. Mavericks are 3 outs away from going to the 2nd round now against Marshall Academy next week, as their bats have come alive here today, pounding out 10 hits, 11 runs on 10 hits. Tyson watched another ball come in high, ball 2, 2-0. Roberts awaits on deck as Tyson sits and waits on the pitch again, missing outside, 3-0. With 2 outs, it looks like they're going to let Turnip Seed go the distance here, or at least try to get him out of the inning. He's up to 76 pitches and a 3-0 count to Tyson. It's going to be inside, strike 1 as it caught the corner. So a 3-1 count now to the senior. And he's going to get one that's going to be a high fly ball to center field, deep to center field, but the center fielder's going to go back, and with the wind blowing in, that's going to retire the side. But the Mavericks pick up 3 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and they're going to take a 12-1 lead into the bottom half, or the top of the 5th inning, where they can end this game with a 10-run rule when we come back from Power 107. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball on Power 107. The Mavericks lead 12-1 as we go to the top of the 5th inning against Oak Hill Academy out of West Point. The Mavericks are 3 outs away of ending this game and moving to the second round, where they'll face Marshall Academy. Marshall's the #1 seed, ranked #6 in the state, as the Mavericks will get the first game at home, being the lower seed, and then 2 games in a row, if needed, in Holly Springs. The Mavericks are waiting on Roberts to finish his warm-up pitches. Due up for the Oak Hill Academy team will be Ellis, Reed, and Smith, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Roberts retired 8 in a row now after getting on tracks, gotten his fastball working. The Mavericks have scored 3 in the first inning, 5 in the second inning, and 4 in the fourth inning for their 12 runs on 10 hits. They've committed no errors so far. Oak Hill Academy's got 1 in the first inning. They've got 1 run on 1 hit and have committed 4 errors as a team.
6, Harlow Ellis.
And that's going to bring up Ellis. Ellis walked his first time against Roberts, and first pitch comes in. It's going to be a foul ball out of play, straight back. Oh, and 1 count now to Ellis. This will be a quick game if the Mavericks can get out of this inning. We've only been playing for about 1 hour and 20 minutes, and the 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. So 1-1 count. Pitch on its way, strike 2 on the outside part of the plate, 1-2. Mavericks leading 12-1 as we're in the top of the 5th inning at Parks McGraw Field in Yazoo City at Manchester Academy. And Roberts will deliver the 1-2. Big breaking ball, swinging, strike 3, as Roberts had Ellis way out in front of that one. Picks up his 7th strikeout on the day, and will now face Reed and Smith. Reed will actually be pinched hit for by number 21. Can't get his name, but he'll come in to pinch hit as we're going to have a pitching timeout. It looks like they're going to bring in Estes, the senior, let him pitch the last couple outs, as the Mavericks will put a new pitcher in. We'll go back to Power 107 and take a commercial break from our sponsors. Welcome back to Manchester Academy Baseball. Mavericks are changing pitchers here with 1 out in the top of the 5th inning, leading 12-1, as they're going to bring in a senior to let them throw one more time here at Manchester Academy. And Estes, he's thrown 42 innings on the season. He's had 2 saves and 2 save opportunities. He's 4-1. Got a 2.0 ERA with 46 strikeouts and 30 walks, as he'll face the number 8 and 9 batters. Be a pinch hitter. Shaw had entered the game in right field, actually, so he's come in for Reed, and he'll bat against Estes. Opponents are batting 194 against Estes, as the Mavericks are looking to win this game in 5 innings to move to 29-3 on the season and face Marshall Academy in the next round of the playoffs, as Shaw will step in.
Now batting number 21, Elliott Shaw.
Estes will look in, get his signal, deliver home. First pitch is going to be low, ball 1, 1-0. Burton moved to third base. Roberts went to left field. And next pitch can be fouled out of play over the right side, 1-1, as Shaw was able to get a piece of it and drive it out over the right side of the field. 1 out, the Mavericks retired 9 in a row Roberts had before yielding to Estes, and Estes delivers one. It's going to be a ground ball to catch him at second. He'll pick it up and make the throw, and that'll be number 10 in a row on a 4-3 put out to first base. And that's going to bring up Smith.
Now batting number 17, Jacob Smith.
So 2 outs now. Mavericks 1 out away from ending this game as Smith steps in. First pitch to him is going to be a strike right down the middle. 0-1. Estes got a ground out his first batter he faced. He delivers 0-1 breaking ball that's going to miss low, 1-1. Raiders are down to their last out, have to get 2 runs to keep this game going past the 5th as the Mavericks lead 12-1. 1-1 on its way. It's going to be a ground ball ranging over to his left as Dees throws a long ways, and they're going to get him out on the last play, but they said that Walton was able to make the stretch. The first base coach didn't like the call. Dees made an unbelievable play, ranged way to his left, caught the ball on the back side of the grass, backhanded, immediately turned and threw it across his body, gets the out, and that retires the side and ends the game as the Mavericks will win this one 12-1. The Mavericks get 12 runs on 10 hits, no errors as they go to the second round. Oak Hill was able to get a run in the first inning on 1 hit. They had 4 errors, and they'll have to make a long drive back to West Point after that game. The Mavericks pick up the win 12-1 here at Parks McGraw Field, and will play Tuesday night against Marshall Academy, the number 1 seed, weather permitting, at 6 o'clock. After that, the Mavericks will go to Holly Springs, most likely on Thursday, again, weather permitting, as they'll play either 1 or 2 games, depending on how that first game and second game goes. It's a best-of-3 series from here on out. But the Mavericks win this one today in easy fashion, 12-1 against Oak Hill Academy, sends the defending 4A champions home as the Mavericks move to the second round. We'll be back on the air next week on Tuesday night on Power 107. Until then, we'll go back to the station. Okay, yes sir, bye-bye.